Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back here. This is not my usual setup for videos. I'm doing this in my own bedroom today. I usually do a majority of my videos in my kitchen, but I'm not doing that due to the simple fact that my mom is trying to sleep in the other room and I don't want to wake her up with my voice and trying to get everything organized. So this is what you're going to get for this video. And for this video, I am going to be doing my top 10 albums of the year. This is something that I've been working hard on and really trying to reflect on to try to get these in order. And I think I did. I think I did it justice. And here we go. I have 3 honorable mentions that I'd like to start out with first. And the first honorable mention goes to Ali and AJ for their EP entitled 10 Years, which is ironic because it's been 10 years since Ali and AJ have actually made any kind of music. And this is a pop EP. I'm not a huge fan of pop, but I think that Ali and AJ, they do it right. If you're not too big into pop, I suggest at least trying to give this EP a listen. I think it's really good, and there's a lot of pretty cool lyrics. Some of it may be a little cliche, but the first 2 songs, Take Me and I Know, are what sell the EP for me. It's only got 4 songs, and the other 2 songs, Promises and The Distance, they aren't bad, but Take Me and I Know are the true standouts on that EP. Okay, my second honorable mention goes to the band Nine Shrines, and it's another EP entitled Misery. Now, as far as I know, this is the only music that Nine Shrines have released so far. I could be wrong about that. But what makes this an honorable mention is because of how hard-hitting it is. I mean, it's a solid hard rock album from an up-and-coming band, and it's definitely one of my hidden gems of the year, even though it's only an EP. And it's really good. And my third and final honorable mention goes to the band Nothing More and their newest album, The Stories We Tell Ourselves. Now, I know this is in a lot of people's top 10s, and the reason it's not in my top 10 is because I don't find myself coming back to this album a lot, surprisingly. I wanted to like it a whole lot, but I mean, it kind of soured on me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it still has great songs like Go to War, Funny Little Creatures, Who We Are, and it has an amazing closer, Fade In, Fade Out. That is an awesome closer. One of the best closers to an album that I've ever heard. Very emotional. Anyway, those are my honorable mentions, and now let's get into the actual meat of the video. At number 10, I have a surprising entry, a pop-punk band, or pop-rock band from England. They're called As It Is, and the album is called OK. Now, when I first heard of As It Is, I think it was last year, and I only knew a couple of songs from them, because I'm not, like I said in my About Ali and AJ, I'm not too much into pop, but I like it if it's done right. And I think As It Is another band that knows how to do it right. And OK has a lot of pretty good songs on here. Songs like No Way Out, Hey Rachel, the closer, Still Remembering. That's an awesome acoustic track. It's really good. I suggest you guys give it a chance if you haven't heard it. Okay, and ironically enough, number 9 is the band Spoken with their album 9. I didn't plan on doing it like that. I didn't even recognize it at first. I didn't recognize that I put it like that. But Spoken is a Christian band that I've been into a lot recently, and this new album is really good, and the reason why it's so low on my list is for one reason. The album is too short for me. I think it's barely 35 minutes long, and I like long albums, at least 40 minutes and beyond that. but it's got great songs on here, like Stronger, I Will Not Fade, and songs like Remember the Memories and The Light really add a contrast between the heavy songs and the light songs. It's really great, but not. It's great, but it's not spectacular great, if that makes sense. Okay, number 8, we have the band 12 Stones and their album Picture Perfect. Now, 12 Stones is another Christian rock band, and they've been around since the early 2000s. And when I first heard that Picture Perfect was coming out, I was excited. This is the first 12 Stones album since, I want to say, either 2014 or 2015. And I was impressed with a lot of the songs on here. Songs like Hey Man, Voodoo Doll, The Killer, Blessing, just to name a few. Those are really awesome songs, and they really sell this album. Okay, number 7, this is probably going to surprise a lot of people, and, well, I don't care. Number 7, Nickelback, with their album Feed the Machine. Yes, I said it. I happen to be a Nickelback fan. No, I'm not a fan of every song or every album that they've ever done. But when they hit it on the head, they hit it on the head. And that's exactly what they did with Feed the Machine. Songs like Feed the Machine, The Betrayal Act 3, Coin for the Ferryman, even the ballads like Song on Fire and Home. I mean, I think Nickelback really packed a punch with this album. It feels like they actually tried to make a good album, and to me that's exactly what they did. And I highly recommend it. And even you non-Nickelback fans, hey, you might even like it. Who knows? Okay, number 6, we have Like Moths to Flames, their album Dark Divine. Now, Like Moths to Flames is a band that I've gotten into recently. I've only been a fan of theirs for a couple of months now. And this is the only album of theirs that I have. I know they have a lot of heavier stuff that they've done in the past. But Dark Divine, I think, is a really good introduction for me. There's one song on this album that sold the album for me. And that's the song Empty the Same. To me, that's one of my favorite songs of the year. And, it's talking about a long-distance relationship and how it doesn't always work out the way that you want it to. To me, that sells the album for me. It's very passionate, it's very raw. It's a ballad-type song, but it also has elements of heavy guitar, and there's even one screaming part, I think, close to the bridge. But Dark Divine by Like Moths to Flames is a really good album. Check it out. Number 5, now this is a surprise to everybody because I have done nothing but harp on this album since it came out back in January. But it has grown on me, and so has the band. And at number 5, we have Starset with their album Vessels. Like I said, when this first came out in January, I didn't care for this album at all. The only song that I liked back then was Ricochet, and today that is still my favorite song from the album. But I've grown to like almost every single song on the album. Other than Ricochet, my favorites would probably include Frequency, Monster, Satellite, and Gravity of You. I think there's one more that I'm failing to mention. It might come to me, it may not. But anyway, Starset, Vessels, really good album. I appreciate it now. Okay, number 4, we have Stone Sour with their album Hydrograd. Now, you can't go wrong with Corey Taylor on this list. You really can't. And Hydrograd really surprised me because, I'm kind of on off again with Stone Sour. I don't like everything that they've ever done, kind of like Nickelback, but they really hit it out of the park with Hydrograd. The first time that I heard the single Song Number 3 and Fabulous and a couple other songs, it really drove home what this album could bring. It really packs a punch. Awesome guitar riffs, awesome vocals from Corey Taylor, a lot of interesting song names such as Whiplash Pants. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but hey, if they want to name it that, they have every right to. But it's really great, and I highly recommend it. Okay, we're in the top 3 now. Number 3, we have Wage War with the album Deadweight. This is another band that I've gotten into recently. This is a Christian metalcore band that I've really taken a liking to. On this album, songs like Indestructible and My Grave Is Mine to Dig, those are, in my opinion, the 2 standouts from the entire album. There's something about thought-provoking, real, raw lyrics that really get to me. And if you want real, emotional, head-banging lyrics that really make you think, this is the album for you. I don't have anything more to say. I'm trying to wrap this up as fast as I can. Okay, and number 2, we have We Came as Romans and their album Cold Like War. This isn't going to be a surprise to a lot of you. I really like this album. The first time I heard the title track, Cold Like War, I was sold, even though I'm fairly new to We Came as Romans. I know they have heavier stuff. They have plenty of other albums out there. But just like the band like Moths to Flames and Dark Divine, I think that this is a great introduction for me. It's right up my alley with the clean vocals and the unclean vocals, that half and half dynamic that they do. That's my preferred style for right now. But songs like Cold Like War, Lost in the Moment, Foreign Fire, Vultures with Clipped Wings, Two Hands, there's a lot of great songs and a lot to choose from on this album to like. So, yeah, I highly recommend it as well. And now for my number 1 top album of the year. And it shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. That would be Trivium with their album The Sin and the Sentence. The reason it shouldn't come as a shock to a lot of people is because I've been raving about this album ever since it came out, about how much I love it. Songs like Betrayer, The Revanchist, which is a cool name, by the way. I always had a hard time pronouncing that. I don't know why, since the lead singer says it all the time in the chorus. Hey, that's just me. I'm stupid sometimes. But songs like The Revanchist, Betrayer, The Heart From Your Hate, I mean, there's not a single bad song on this entire album. It's definitely worth the praise and definitely worth checking out. And, well, there you have it, guys. Those are my top 10 albums of 2017. What did you guys think? Are there any albums that you think that I missed that I should check out in the future? I want to hear what you guys have to say. As always, subscribe to my channel, leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.